And could the Bitcoin price be heading for a huge trap right now? Here on the weekly chart, you can see that Bitcoin has been facing a lot of trouble this week after a very powerful green candle last week, up 15.5%. We are getting a red candle, and this could spell a recipe for disaster for the price action. But wherever there is potential pain, there could be an area for us to do some DCAing and pick up some buys. Remember, all of last week I was saying, guys, do not chase these green candles. Wait for a pullback. And now you're seeing Bitcoin struggling at the neckline of this cup and handle pattern. Now, no reason to freak out just yet, but we need to be very aware of what is going on. As long as you're aware of the situation, you can be prepared. And right now, you're facing a critical attempted breakout from an important cup and handle pattern. You can see the drawing I have drawn on here. This is what you want. This is the bullish situation. You want to see good volume breakthrough, a retest if needed of the neckline of the cup and handle, and then you want to head higher towards your price target eventually of 45,000. But there is always a bearish case as well, and people never tell you about that. And the bearish case right now is you've had a move up towards here to the neckline. You get rejected. You go up again. You get rejected. What do you create? You create what is known as an M pattern or a double top reversal pattern. So you need to be very, very wary of this. If we face an M pattern, this could spell a lot of pain and a big move to the downside. But there's no need to worry just yet. We need to be patient. We need to make sure that we give the bulls enough time to consolidate here before mounting another attack to clear past 31,000 and 31.5. So I'm going to zoom into the shorter time frames to show you where that battle is going on. But just so you know here, on the weekly time frame, if you look at this EMA ribbon, we had a big extended move above our EMA ribbon last week, and now we're quite stretched out above our EMA ribbon, okay? So it's amazing what that 1 week has done. Has now put us miles away from our weekly EMA ribbon. So we got plenty of room if needed to pull back into the EMA ribbon, and those are the entries which are going to be the best entries. Just like I said here, when we were pulling back from 31 into the EMA ribbon, people think I was crazy, right? We were so overextended here the first time we ran up to 31 that it was a matter of time before we came to call back down. Now, do I think we're going to call back down all the way down to the levels we had on this candlestick here when we pull back? Not necessarily. This touched 24,800. The bullish impetus here is much, much stronger given the BlackRock ETF, given what we're hearing around Fidelity and Citadel and TradFi trying to enter the crypto game. The game has started to change. So what I'm looking for now here is if we head down to the smaller time frames, let's start looking at this from the 4-hourly time frame. And on the 4-hourly time frame, what you will see is we're in this downward channel. And this downward channel has been our consolidation, right? Nice big move here to the upside. And then we had another move here finally, topping out at 31,400, and we've entered this downward channel. But look at where this downward channel has brought you into. It's brought you into our 4-hourly EMA ribbon. Remember, I much rather be buying and DCAing into the EMA ribbon. This is exactly what we spoke about here. There's a big difference between buying here at the same price, yet buying here at the same price. Doesn't that sound crazy? Like, I can buy at that exact same point I'm showing you, right? Let me just show you that again. Let me just move me over there. And what you want to see, so I can buy exactly here, or I can buy exactly here at the same price point. They're two very different behaviors. Very important, guys. This person here is FOMOing in. They're buying extended away from the EMA ribbon, and there's a huge risk the price can reject back down to the downside. This person buying over here at the same price point is buying from a position of strength. He or she is buying at the EMA ribbon where support lies, hoping for a nice big bounce off the EMA ribbon, which we now have room for on Bitcoin. By Bitcoin consolidating here sideways for quite a while, really, right? From Wednesday, the 21st last week, has pretty much been sideways now. That consolidation is showing strength at that level. It's showing that we deserve 30K. 30K wasn't just a flash in the pan. We haven't just got sharply rejected from it so far. But we need to show our strength and move onwards now to the next levels. And if I show this from another perspective, you guys know that we've been monitoring the breakout from the falling wedge pattern, right? Let me just show you this falling wedge. And this falling wedge pattern gives you a price target all the way up there of 37,000. But when you break out of the pattern, what's the initial price target we spoke about? We took profits at the top of the wedge, right? If you're taking this on a short-term trade, you take the profits at the top of the wedge. And then you want to look to re-enter on the break of the cup and handle pattern, which I just shared with you. So when you look at this now, what you now want to understand is, can this continue to move here to the upside? And it's going to be based on winning that 31,400 battle. Then we can start heading up to some of these levels. Now, if you want to buy or trade any of these moves, you can do so using jars.uk/bybit or jars.uk/bitget. Those are two trading platforms I'm currently used to trade. But always be buying from positions of strength. Again, let's take a look at the daily chart. I'm going to show you another key level here on the daily chart that we're looking at. And look at this daily EMA ribbon. This daily EMA ribbon starts to come into effect around there where my cursor is. So that's 28,600 level. Now, it doesn't feel like we're going to come back down to there, but if we do, these would be amazing levels to be nibbling at, right? Into the EMA ribbon. If you can't get it on the daily EMA ribbon, then the 4-hourly EMA ribbon, which we're consolidating into right now, is the second best opportunity, right? So I'd personally be nibbling at these levels on the 4-hourly EMA ribbon. If we do get down to the daily EMA ribbon, I'll be buying even more. If we get down to our weekly EMA ribbon, then those are amazing opportunities to buy, like I just showed you, right? When you bought, if you guys were buying here at that 25,000 level, when we were down here in these candlesticks, these couple of weeks here, you had hovering over the weekly EMA ribbons, what beautiful buys they were when Bitcoin then stormed all the way up to 30K. So very important, we're at a critical level, we've got an M pattern there staring us in the face. We need to be very, very careful that we don't get overexcited when there is potential for the bears to reject us, right? The bears can reject us from this neckline and it can bring us down for a sharp pain to the downside. That said, Bitcoin needs to keep posting higher highs, keep posting higher lows, and keep uptrending so we can regain that neckline. Once we regain that neckline, we clear above that 31,000 level, then we can start looking at our exciting price targets 37, and then even the big target here, right, the 45,300. Now, the other thing worth looking at is also what is called our Bollinger Bands. I love looking at the Bollinger Bands, right? And you can see we're overextended here on our weekly Bollinger Band. We're at the top of the Bollinger Band. Now, whenever you see us at the top of the Bollinger Band, there's two things you should think immediately. This could be pulling back. And the first point of call to pull back is always the center line. And the center line right now on the Bollinger Band is 27,100. Sounds crazy. But on the weekly time frame, you've got to be comfortable with that pullback at 27,000. If you're not, then you're over-convicted, right? You've bought too much Bitcoin. If you're not comfortable right now with your purchase going down to 27,000, on the weekly time frame, you have overbought, or you've bought a price you're not comfortable at, right? Because look here, this moved up here and then came back into the center line. It then moved up again, came back into the center line. So if we move again and then want to come back into the center line, you should not be panicking at 27,100, 27.5. There is no need to. It's just calling off. Now, even worse than that, you sometimes have to be prepared to come all the way to the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Now, that's where it gets a little bit scary because the bottom of the Bollinger Band is still 22,300. Now, personally, I'm not expecting that given the momentum. I'm hoping that Bitcoin just call off somewhere between where we're at now and the red line and try rotate and push onwards. And by pushing onwards, we can move the Bollinger Band to the upside and start our next move here to the top direction. That's what we're looking for here on Bitcoin. Also worthy of looking at is make sure you keep an eye here on this golden cross, right? At the moment, we had this death cross to the downside, but then Bitcoin's powerful week nullified it. Then we consolidated, powerful week again. So now I want to wait to see this yellow line cross above the white line. The white line is your 200 moving average. The yellow is your 50 moving average. And that could set us up for a nice big explosive move to the upside. So still lots going for Bitcoin right now. Personally, like I said, don't chase those green candles, wait for those pullbacks, wait from the positions of strength and look to DCA at those points. But one thing is for sure, the tide is starting to change. We've got Jerome Powell speaking later today, so be careful if you're trading on short time frames. Of course, he can move the market, but longer term, things are starting to look positive, right? Bitcoin is showing strength. You're starting to see a little bit of money flow back into all coins, but more importantly, we get closer and closer to that exciting halving. Guys, I've got a really important video posting later on today, so make sure you're subscribed with your notification bell on as well. That special video will be coming out later today and you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.